Hello.
Happy Monday. It's the Monday Morning Money Show. Today's show is brought to you by Aiden's Minute Market. Or is it marked? Aiden's Minute Markets. You can find Aiden's Minute Markets all over the great state of Georgia. I have a super guest for you coming up right after this intro. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Money is important, so every Monday we have a money show. Today we have a very special guest. I should have practiced talking Smith. I'm not quite
Warmed up vocal-wise.
Yeah, something.
Yep.
It's all that smoke. It's smoking bad in Broxton today. So we had to cut this short. But today's guest is the book, The Art of Text Message Selling. Goodness, I'm falling apart.
Yeah, I have those mornings too, man.
Smith may have to take over here. Okay, so here's the deal. This book has truly been a game changer. It's changed the car business. It's changed a lot of lives. And my area of expertise is very limited. That's why I have so many guests, so that I can be the host. We may have to go to another commercial, man.
Oh, man.
Hold on. Has anybody got a coronavirus test?
I don't have one on hand.
see if I can get tested and make sure I'm negative. So anyway, I do want to have a serious show today. If I can actually start talking, maybe Hank might have to jump on here since Hank the Tank's in the building. This book, The Art of Text Message Selling, I want to tell you how it came about and how it's made a lot of people a lot of money. And most importantly, how it can make you a lot of money. Okay. We were using at a dealership that I was running. Hank was actually there with me. We were using SMS platforms, the entire sales team, to talk to customers and to sell cars. Well, what I realized was there was not a manual for exactly how you should talk to customers using text message selling. So I sat down, and it took me a little over a year, and I wrote this book. And the reason it is game changing is because it goes 100% against everything that has ever been taught in the car business. So if you are a salesperson, if you're a car salesperson, I need to tell you right now, excuse me, you're not thought very highly of. There are a lot of people who think very negatively of you and your profession. And that's because there's been so many bad players in the game for so long. We're talking about back in the old days, people would brag about taking the customer's trade-in and damaging it in some way so that they would have to trade cars. We're talking about people that would take keys and of the trade-ins and throw them on top of the building. And even more recently, very respected sales managers, general managers in the car business had this belief that you should not give all the information to the customer. They felt like the more information you gave to the customer, the less need they had for you. And before there was digital appointment setting, the old school salespeople would say, hey, get them in here. Just get them in here. Get them on the phone and get them in here. Don't give them a price. You're weak if you have to give them a price. And a good salesperson can get them in here without giving them a price. Well, I posted earlier that if you're going to be a successful salesperson, you have to do exactly the opposite of what 99% of salespeople do. If you want to be a superstar salesperson and make a lot of money, this is a money show, then you need to listen to me right here. Stop taking advice from almost everyone that you've been taking advice from. You find you one or two mentors, someone you can look up to, someone that you can study. If they have a book, someone that you can read their book, watch their YouTube videos, take their training. There's tons of great trainers out there. We've had several on the show. If you're interested in learning how to use the art of text message selling, I'm going to break it down for you. Smith used to be a text ninja. That's what my people are called that come in here and set appointments digitally. Smith, do you know what's the number one rule? What if you're going to be texting and you want to be effective at texting your customers? What's the number one rule?
Make a big offer.
You have to make a big offer. Okay. Now, if you're not making a big, compelling offer that reaches way down deep on the inside of them and hooks them with some type of irresistible offer.
Sorry, I tried to find some water. But
No, I got this water from Aiden's over here. Maybe I need to spike it with something. But you have to have an offer that's so compelling that people just can't resist it. An irresistible offer. It's got to be a big offer. Now, let me back up and tell you this. If you're not texting your customers, if you're at a dealership and they're telling you to not text information to the customer, go find a different dealership. Okay. Now, when I say text message, I'm talking about SMS. Smith. Do you know what SMS is?
I should know this. I really should.
SMS, you can look it up, but SMS is using a cell phone from phone to phone. Read it to me.
Short message service.
Read us the definition.
SMS stands for short message service. Invented in the 1980s and defined in the 1985 GSM standards, it is one of the oldest texting technologies. It is also the most widespread and frequently used. MMS also stands for multimedia messaging service.
Okay, so basically, if I send you a text from my phone to your phone using cellular data, that's a SMS, okay?
Yes.
All right, so just normal texting like you do with your family and your kids and your friends. I'm also talking about, when I say text message, I'm talking about Facebook Messenger. So right now, if you're serious about wanting to make money in the car business or in anything that you're doing that has anything to do with sales, you have to start texting your customers, okay? If you're not texting your customers, you're losing your customers to someone who is willing to text them all the information. So, and hopefully you're already, don't tune me out. If you're already doing this, don't tune me out, because I have some things that you need to know. If you're halfway there, if you're willing to go all the way down the sales road through text messaging, you're halfway there. So first of all, you have to be texting their cell phone. You have to be on Facebook. Obviously you are. You have to be willing to do all this through Facebook Messenger, through the DM on Instagram, through Snapchat. I've sold cars on every social media platform, including LinkedIn, except I got a few appointments off of Twitter, but I never sold a car. I've made some tremendous relationships on Twitter that led to huge sales and business relationships, but I've never sold a car. So if you are not in Facebook all the time in Messenger, talking to your customers, you got to start doing that. Now, I wish there was a better method. I'm not a fan of 8 hours a day screen time. I'm not a fan of it. But if you want to make money, you have to be willing to do what other people aren't willing to do. So if you look at your phone, and by all means, I hope we all find ways to shorten that time and spend more time interacting with humans, and especially when we're around our family, it would be wonderful if we didn't stare at our phones. But if you are working, you need to have about 8 hours of screen time. That's a lot. If Sarah's on here, she's probably solving some problems. Sarah, if you are on here, if you will share a screenshot of your screen time, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, before we talk about the things that you have to do if you're texting your customer, I want to talk to you about the things that you absolutely got to get rid of. Okay. So I should have had you pull this on the screen for me right here. Okay. So the sacred cows must die. Okay. We got to kill the cows. What are the sacred cows? Don't give your customer a price over the phone. That's the first one. You got to get rid of that. Number two, that you can't sell a car over the phone. I've sold way more cars through text message than I did before text messaging came along. Now, this is a trend that we're still in the infant steps of digitally selling products through Messenger and text. How do I know this? Because 2 years ago, you could type in the art of text message selling and there was nothing out there. Well, 2 years ago, there was one book. If you type in text message selling now, there's more. And if you do not know who Podium is, can you share your screen on the screen?
I can, yes.
Google Podium text messaging. Let me show you something. You can find an about or a quick description. Read it.
Okay. Messaging platform. All of your messages from Facebook, Google, SMS, and more to a single inbox. Manage and respond to every message from one platform.
Okay. So that is Podium. Now, if you can put me back on here while you do a little searching right there. I want you to search for how many customers does Podium have? Okay. See if you can get some stats on Podium while I talk about this. Now, Podium's been in the game for a pretty long time, and they're huge. They're I'm pretty sure a multi-billion-dollar company. But they did not, and they still do not have a manual on how to do it correctly. Okay. But they understand they're so big that they understand that if they're the first mega company in the game, that they're going to win, and they're going to win bigly. You guys have some stats already?
Yes.
Let's see those stats.
Okay, so this is it right here. 50,000. Podium serves 50,000 plus users across nearly 10,000 local businesses and is redefining the modern relationship between businesses and customers.
And that was in 2017.
Oh, geez. Yes.
Yeah. So I think it's more than that. If you click on Wikipedia right there.
There we go. And they should be able to see.
Yes.
Just so you know what they're seeing right now.
Sure. So they're seeing me?
Yes, you'll be
Wonderful.
in this little box right down here.
Perfect.
Yes.
Not a problem at all. So here's the deal. The reason we're looking up Podium is because there's some very, very rich, very smart people, some mega corporations that understand the power of the art of text message selling. It's coming. You can fight it if you want to. And if you do, you're going to die like the dinosaurs. Okay. So let's say that you are texting your customers, that you're willing to go down this road of text message selling. That's wonderful. You're halfway there. Guess what? Now you have to start actually using some skills. You can't just think that because you have the product and you have the information that they're just going to buy from you. This is still a people business, and there's still skills required. And there are rules. Smith has already told you, rule number one is to make a big offer. When you're texting someone, it has to be appealing. When I say give them a price, I mean give them a price, but you can't just give them a price and think that's enough. That's not going to do anything. That's why so many sales managers say that texting and giving all the information doesn't work, because if you're only giving the information, then you're going to lose the customer. Okay. Giving the information is a big part of the offer. You have to give lots of information, many options, many packages, you got the numbers yet?
Okay, I cannot find them.
That's okay. It doesn't matter. Podium is huge. You have to give so many options and so much information that they want to come see you just because you're being so helpful. So it has to be a very big, compelling offer. Smith, have we got some people watching already?
Yes, of course. We got a response from Sarah. 11:55 average screen time this last week. Can't share a screen. Bigly.
Can't share a screen on the live stream, I guess.
Right.
Okay, so Sarah Stalker, she has almost 12 hours a day of screen time.
Sir. And
she's getting it done for sure. Another thing that you want to make sure you're utilizing when you're texting someone is the power of Google. You know, when they ask a question, last thing you want to tell them is, no, I don't know, or let me find out. By the time you say, hey, let me find out, you can find out.
Correct.
You can find out. Google is the second most successful invention in the history. It is the smartest invention ever. Google is. Facebook is the most successful invention in history, though. Smith, do you know what number 2 is? The art of text message selling. Rule number 1, you have to make a big offer.
I believe number 2 is have a great attitude.
It could be, but that's number 3. But that's
number
okay.
3. Okay. So then it's be fast or you're dead.
Be fast or you're dead. Yes. So
got it.
And that's why it's so important that, that's why we have so many young people, because you young people are very fast on texting. Some of these brand new teenagers or early 20-year-olds, ninjas in their early 20s, they'll come in here, and once they learn the rules and once they learn some skills, because they have to go through a lot of training, they are so fast. They are so fast on that keyboard that they become phenomenal appointment setters. So the old school car guy, I've been an agitator, to say the very least, of the old school car guy for a long time, because they pretty much suck. They use slick tactics to fool the customer into a purchase.
Right.
And that's why they are on the way. They are the dinosaur, and they are dying. Okay. Not all old school car guys, but I mean, when I say old school, I'm referring to the people that didn't give information, didn't give prices. You had to come in to get a price. You couldn't get numbers until you test drove the car, all those things. Okay. You're on the way out. And here's why. Google, for one, everybody, you don't have to go to the dealership to get a price. Number 2, technology in general. Technology is going to Carvana, making the old school car guy not needed. And number 3, and the one I'm most excited about, is young tech savvy people who understand that they can make they can make a lot of money being salespeople, and that all they have to do is what they're already good at, which is texting customers very fast, have a good attitude, make a big offer, learn the art of text message selling. The young people are killing the game right now. The young people are killing the game. So old school people, you better tighten up. You better get learnt on some art of text message selling. Quit fighting it and join the party. Were you about to say something? No.
I feel like there was something on my mind 30 seconds ago.
30 seconds ago. Okay, so here's an example. I'm not going to give that example right now. Let's go on to rule number 3. What's rule number 3? You just said it was rule number 2.
Have a great attitude.
Have a great attitude. Now, this is so important. Be fast, have a great attitude, make big offers. Make big offers, be fast, have a great attitude. Have a great attitude, be fast, make big offers. You can't mess that up.
You've got to have all 3.
If you do those 3 things, you're going to be so far ahead of the game. Now, what do I mean have a good attitude? We have language in this environment, and we all speak the same language. What's some of the language that we use that shows that we have a good attitude? Because you can put yourself in a good attitude. you can put yourself in a good attitude by using language and self-talk and maybe some woo-woo in there. Do you know some of the examples of language that we use?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's the easiest part of my job.
Easiest part of my job.
I'll get right on it, sir.
Happy to.
Happy to.
I'd be happy to. Allow me.
Mm-hmm. It's my pleasure, sir.
It's my pleasure. Wouldn't expect you to. You know, if someone says, well, I don't want to come in without getting all the information. I wouldn't expect you to, sir. Right. Ma'am, this is the easiest part of my job. Allow me to get you the price and some payments and some down payments and some interest rates and some terms. And would you consider such a good word, such a good term? That's the three most powerful words in sales. Would you consider? Speaking of sales, tomorrow is a sales show. Do we have a guest for tomorrow? Is Ray Mucci? Ray Mucci, he's a sales expert. We're going to get him on here and test his text message skilling. You don't want to miss tomorrow's show. Now, 1, 2, 3, we give that away all the time, right? I'm going to go to the, I know the information in this book. I know the guy who wrote the book, so I should know it. We always talk about being fast, having a good attitude, and making big offers. All right. Rule number 4 is send photos, videos, and another big offer. So rule number 4, you're already going back to the rule number 1. You have a supercomputer with a camera. This one has 3 cameras on the back of it. Every single person in your inbox should have a video of you. Every person on your friend list should have a video of you making your elevator pitch. You know why people don't do that, Smith? Tell me why okay. This is 5-star make you tons of money material that I'm about to give you right now. Every single person on your friend list needs a video of you making your elevator pitch. Now, have you ever done that? Probably not. I have. Now, why do you think? Tell me some excuses of why you think most people do not send elevator pitches to all 5,000, if they even have that many, of their friends. Smith, I want you to give me some excuses you think why, and anybody watching, I want you to give me your best excuse of why you have not sent 5,000 videos of you making your elevator pitch to your entire friends list. Give me your best excuses. Prove me wrong. My area of expertise is very limited. I'm an expert at what I'm talking about right now. You need to send 5,000 video messages of you making your elevator pitch to every one of your Facebook friends. Give me an example. An excuse.
I guess the easiest one would be that I'm scared. Got a more particular one, but
okay. Have we got any other excuses yet?
Nothing yet. No,
Nothing yet. Okay, guys, I want a little interaction today, please, from those of you guys who are watching. Those of you who watch regularly, thank you very much. If you would like and comment, I want to hear your best excuse to why you have not sent 5,000 people a video of you making your elevator pitch.
I guess maybe this is a better one. It's not ready. I'm not ready to back it up. Like that kind of deal.
That's fine excuse.
A scared of what people think.
Scared of what people think. Thank you, Joey. That's a fine excuse.
They can't buy our product.
Another fantastic excuse. I appreciate that, Kevin. I do appreciate it. Joey, thank you so much. Give me some more. There's Caleb Wilson.
It says fear is the biggest reason why.
Now, it's hard. Anybody who regularly disagrees with Caleb is making a mistake in general, okay?
True.
But Caleb, I'm just going to say, after you hear my answer, then I think you'll agree with me that fear is not the biggest reason why. It is definitely a reason. So let's talk. Let's give some validity to these excuses. Let's go back to yours. What did you say?
I said, I'm not ready. I don't have the proof to back it up right now.
Okay, well, this is very important. So I'm going to address all these excuses, and I'm going to give you the biggest excuse. The biggest reason why people don't do it. Because they don't even know. Caleb, they don't know why they're not doing it. They really don't. They're lying to themselves about why they're not doing it. Okay. Your product's never going to be perfect. You are the product, right? I've made so many mistakes on this show today. Okay. So you can't be a perfectionist and be in sales. You have to be willing to make yourself look silly, to make yourself, sometimes you're going to even look stupid. But let me ask you a question, Smith. If I told you that if you sent, first of all, you got to get 5,000 Facebook friends.
Correct.
Okay, so let's
Step
back
one.
up. Step one, you need 5,000 Facebook friends. Caleb has already told you about that the other day. And today's show is a money show. This is how to make some money in sales. If you do these things, you will win in sales and you will win bigly. You have to be on Facebook. You have to have 5,000 friends. You have to be sending information through Messenger all day. You have to have at least 6 hours screen time if you're serious about selling. You have to do videos of yourself, introduction videos. You have to say, hey, this is Billy. I know you ask about this silver F-150. Here's the silver F-150. Here's the inside. Here's the miles. Here's the tires. Look at these beautiful 35-inch tires. By the way, would you consider the red one? Would you consider a Chevrolet? Would you consider a brand new one? Would you consider one that's 5 years older? By the way, if you need to get a hold of me, you can just message me back right here. I'm talking to you through Facebook Messenger. Just message me back. Hey, send me a video so I can put your name with your face as well. You have to be willing to do that to all your customers. You have to be willing to do it. You'll never be ready. I wasn't ready for today's show, but I've got some information out here that'll change your life if you listen to me. Give me another excuse.
Haven't perfected my pitch.
Well, who said that?
Roma Farrell.
Thank you so much. I haven't seen Roma comment before, so thank you so much. Roma, if you will send me your address, you can inbox me right here, personal message me on Facebook, send me your address, and I will send you a personalized copy of my book. Thank you so much for taking the time to comment on my show. Now, what was the excuse? Haven't perfected my pitch. Okay, so great excuse. And here's the problem. If you come to me and say you haven't perfected your pitch, I'm going to say, what are you waiting on? You need to know your pitch. Here's the thing. You know why it's called an elevator pitch? It's simple. You know, if you get 60 seconds in an elevator with someone who can fund your dream, you have to be willing. You have to be willing to pitch them, and you better have a sharp pitch. If you fumble around in your pitch, ask me what my pitch is.
What is your pitch,
Billy? I have the most effective product in the entire car business. We set appointments for car dealers all over the country. We've worked with over 2,000 dealers nationwide, and we are the best in the business. The proof is in the pudding. We have a 90% re-sign rate. The reason they keep re-signing because it works. We are the most effective product in the car business. I know my pitch.
Yes. Short, concise, easy to understand.
You better know your pitch. If you don't know your pitch, then just start working on your pitch. So, Roma, you have to perfect your pitch, and then you can't use that excuse anymore. Next.
Caleb Wilson says fear, because once people tell the world what they do, they have to actually do it.
I don't disagree. And fear is a big one, but a lot of times people will lie to themselves, Caleb. They'll lie to themselves and they won't do it even after they said they would do it. Some people won't. Now, Caleb, the reason he says that is because he follows through with what he says he's going to do. And that's why we make a great team. And speaking of Caleb, on Thursday, we're going to be bringing the Digi Ninja Dealer School, and we're going to get some of his expert. Now, and I love being the host, but I also like to get in my lane and talk to you about some things that I'm an expert on. Text message selling is one of them. You got to be doing it. Let me hear another excuse.
Ray Mucci says, that's not going to work. I tried it before and didn't get any leads, but they probably did a weak job and only sent it to 5 people.
Yeah, they didn't do 5,000, Ray. And you know what? That's a good point. Yeah, it's not going to work. You're right. You know, I sent it to 5,000 people. I've done it more than once. If you're on my friends list, you've gotten a video from me, or either Facebook stopped me from delivering it. I promise I have sent you a video. I promise I have. Now, Facebook might have put the brakes on it because they'll only let you do so many before they start thinking you're a robot. But I promise I have sent you a video. If you've ever gotten an unsolicited video from me, raise your hand or tell me about it. I've sent videos to car salespeople telling them about our big offer. You know, hey, this week only, I'm paying $5,000 over Kelly Blue Book for your trading. I sent it to everybody, but it was a very concise pitch. Have we got another excuse?
It's not exactly an excuse, but Joey says people don't understand that obscurity is their biggest obstacle.
So great point. Now, listen to me. Don't go away until you hear the number one reason why people do not send a elevator pitch video to all 5,000 of their Facebook friends. You want to hear this, okay? And by the way, these are great answers. And Joey just gave you a secret there. Put it back up there. Let me tell you something. So Joey has solved a riddle that nobody even knew we had asked.
Mm-hmm.
The riddle is, what is your biggest problem in business? Joey just answered it for you. And so obscurity is why we need to send 5,000 videos, because obscurity is our biggest problem. Now, Joey lives by the things that he states, his claims. He lives by obscurity is his biggest enemy. So he breaks out of obscurity every day on the phone, calling people, texting people. He probably hasn't sent 5,000 videos, but he'll start today. I'm sure he'll start today. But so that's why you need to send 5,000 videos of you making your elevator pitch to all 5,000 of your Facebook friends, because obscurity is your biggest problem, and you need to treat obscurity like the enemy. If you'll do that, you can break through the noise, you can get out of obscurity, and you can sell your product. You can't sell your product to people who do not know you. They have to know you before they can buy from you. Give me another excuse.
Kevin says a lot of people say they don't have time.
Time is all you have. What else have you got?
Right.
What else have you got? You don't have time. What are you doing? Hey, this is Billy. I have the most effective product in the car business. You should really hear more about it. Of course, you've heard my pitch. My pitch is better than that. But my point is, it takes 60 seconds. Mm-hmm. Kevin works hard. I've seen Kevin waste 60 seconds before. You could do it in the time you're wasting. Give me another excuse.
I don't see one here, but I do have something. You guys talk about sometimes, this may be something we've heard from Grant or Bradley or someone, but if you're not prepared,
don't say those two names in a sentence right now.
Don't.
They're
so
beefing,
that's
they're
what
beefing
that
hard anyway.
Okay.
Yes.
My apologies. It was something about be prepared for the luck when the luck reaches you. If you're not ready when you get to that lucky.
Yeah. So the definition of true luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Right.
So if you're prepared. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, and that's a good point. But back to Ray Mucci's point is that it probably won't work. That's not a good excuse. It sounds good, but you're right. It doesn't work. See, I got off track. I'm glad you got me back on track. Ray Mucci, it's not going to work. Then why do it? Because obscurity is your biggest problem. We don't want it to work. We just want people to know us. If it works, that's wonderful.
And sometimes you'll be surprised at what does work.
Sometimes you'll be very surprised what works, but don't expect it to work. You need to be doing it anyway. Mm-hmm. Somebody, please press me on that.
I can't, because I have a perfect example in mind of why you're right.
So it's okay. Here's the reason. We don't want it to work. We don't do it so to work. We do it because it's the right thing to do. We do it because obscurity is your biggest problem. We do it so that you can get your pitch right. We do it because your pitch isn't right. We do it so we can practice our pitch. We do it so that we're willing to get out of our comfort zone. We're not doing it for it to work, but it will work.
Right.
Eventually. Listen, I've had people tell me no for years and then tell me yes. I've had people who've hated my guts, but then I won them over because I didn't stop what I was doing. If you go back and look at what Billy was doing 9 years ago, you know what I was doing, Smith?
What were you doing 9 years ago?
I was making videos on Facebook.
Right.
And I had no fans. I had no followers. I had no book.
Exactly.
But I was building what?
Reputation's not the right word. A reach.
I was building an audience.
Right.
I built an audience. Do you know who helped me? I don't want to sound extreme for the sake of sounding extreme. So I'm going to think about this. Joey and Caleb can answer this. Help me answer this. I feel as if the people who hated on me the most and made the most fun of me helped me the most, because they're going to get you out of obscurity for sure. You want people talking about you. You want people talking about you, because here's how. Now, this came from Grant. I'm not claiming it as a Billy original, but he is my mentor. He's the one guy that I go to for sales advice. All right. You first have to get attention. Then you have to get some criticism. Then you have to get hate. Okay. So attention, persist. Get criticism, persist. Get pure out hate, persist. Really persist. Eventually you will get their admiration. You can absolutely, I've done it many times, you can absolutely turn a hater around. How do you do that? Keep doing the same thing for 8 years. Do you know how many people made fun of this book? Raise your hand if you're man enough to say you made fun of this book. I don't care. This book, you know what it's done for me, Smith. Mm-hmm. There's some people on here that know what this book has done for me. It can do the same thing for you. It can make you a lot of money. This is a money show. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to recap something for you. If you have any more excuses, let me know. If not, I'll go ahead. Read some comments for me.
Joey just said, makes perfect sense. Haters talking about you, good or bad, are still talking about you.
That's true. I think they helped me.
I don't doubt it.
I think they really helped me, because there's a long one. See what Sarah said. Oh, of course.
Yeah, you knew who it was. I say the excuse with salespeople who were on my teams in the past was simple procrastination and their own inability to take that step to prepare and then do it. Preparation was a huge hindrance, or the ideas of preparation were a huge hindrance. I would say just go. Doesn't need to be perfect, needs to be impactful and noticed. Perfection is great, but not necessary.
So she in her book there, she went full circle. She told you the problem, then she told you it wasn't a problem, she said just do it, and perfection is not necessary. Perfection is the killer of productivity.
Mm-hmm. I can attest to this based on simply my YouTube channel for the music. Mm-hmm. I posted plenty of projects, of course, and I still do this, projects that take me hours and hours or days and days. There is a 40-minute project on there. It took me 45 minutes to put it together. 12-minute ambient piece, just something to help people sleep. Has about, let me see, what's 10,000 over 200? It has about 500% of the views I normally get. Really? It was the easiest thing I've ever done.
Yep.
You got to do it and put it out there.
Just got to put it out there. Okay, so I'm going to recap and tell you why you need to send 5,000 videos. You need to do it because obscurity is your biggest problem. You need to break out of obscurity. You need to do it because it's the right thing to do. You need to do it so you can practice your elevator pitch. You need to do it so you can practice being on a camera, because you're going to need to be on a camera if we get through any of the rest of these steps in the book. You'll understand how important that is. Fear is probably the second biggest reason why people don't do it. It's scary. Heck, man, it's scary getting on this show. You know,
of course,
people think that, you know, I don't get nervous. I get nervous in front of a camera. Staring into that camera, it's just you and the camera,
right? Especially when you're staring at yourself.
Yeah, you have then you have something that looks like a cough. We won't call it coronavirus yet, but Smith, you better get tested after we leave here. So the fear is a big reason why people don't do it. Procrastination, sure, just do it anyway. That's the best slogan ever, is just do it. But the main reason people don't do it, the biggest reason people don't do it, is because it's hard work, man. It's hard work. People want it to be easy. Nothing about sales is easy. Taking a video, crafting a pitch, nailing your pitch, taking the time to send it to 5,000 people is hard work. Now, I have a solution to the hard work side of it. Just like Podium has their platform that they use, I have a platform for you too. It's called DigiNinja. DigiNinja is a platform that will allow you to send multiple videos very easily with just a click of a button. It's so powerful that a caveman could use it. I think that slogan's already taken.
I believe so.
I think so. It's so powerful, so easy that a DigiNinja can do it. So anyway, but it's hard work. And if you want to be successful, you have to have the goal of outworking everyone. You have to do the hard stuff. This is not easy. Let me tell you something. We've talked about this before. I'm just going to beat it into the ground. You need to be posting a lot. You need to be on Instagram. You need to be on Twitter. You need to be on Facebook. You need to be on LinkedIn. You need to be showing people that you know what you're talking about, and you need to be sending videos. Dude, that's a lot of work. Posting 10 times a day is hard work. If you want to look like an expert, because you're going to have to show that you have some specialized knowledge, or you're going to have to get some. Because here's what you don't want to do. 5 stars right here. If you want to make a lot of money selling anything, you need to learn how to be the non-salesperson. You do not want to be the person that's saying, hey, I got the best price. Hey, I got the best inventory. Hey, let me make you a deal. You need to be an expert. You need to be giving information. You need to be sharing all the information you can. You need to be the most helpful person they've ever talked to on a phone, or better yet, through text message. You need to be an expert. You need to learn the art of text message selling. Once you become an expert at text message selling, you can stop using the cheesy salesperson's lines that don't work and never have worked. The art of text message selling. That's a good commercial. See, that was a pitch.
Yes, it was.
All right. So, but it's very hard work. You need to be sending photos and videos. That's how we got on this tangent that lasted about 20 minutes. Send photos and videos. Photos of what, Smith?
Products.
Yeah.
Features on the products.
Yeah.
Anything in particular.
Yeah. Other options.
Right.
You need to be sending, would you consider photos? If they ask about a F-150, you need to send them a video of a Corvette. Would you consider this? What are you doing? Send me a Corvette. I'm just asking. It's nice. You got to be different. If 99 people go on this side of the street, you got to go on the other side of the street. Mm-hmm. If 99 people come into the office to start their salesman, I didn't say sales managers meeting. I'm talking about the salesman meeting, the ones that the salespeople call, where they talk about the managers. When they do that, you go the other direction. If everybody's outside, go sit by the phone. And always have your phone with you, and always be on Facebook. Be sending videos. Okay. The next one is my favorite. The art of text message selling. Rule number 5. Stop texting. Why would you stop texting? The dang book is about the art of text message selling.
Well, if it ain't working, call them.
That's right. You got to call them. There is a fraction of the population, most of them are old, who don't want a text message. They want a phone call. Okay. And it is vital that you have phone skills before you start texting. Because if you have poor phone skills, you're going to have terrible texting skills. And the wonderful thing about a phone call is you can use your voice, inflection, tonality, and you can sometimes uncover the problem. Your text, you may have sent something in the text message that didn't come across the right way. So you need to stop texting and start calling. Smith, what do you do if they don't answer the phone?
Leave a message.
Always leave a voicemail. Do you know why?
Because there's always a chance they listen.
There's a chance they listen. It's probably going to come through as a text, and it's another opportunity to do rule number 1.
Make a big offer.
Make a big offer.
Right.
Hey, Smith, I know you're very busy. Let's face it, a man like you is going to always be busy. You're always handling business. So all I need is about 30 seconds with you on the phone to give you the information that you need from me, and then you can go back on your day. By the way, I'm going to give you $7,000 just for calling me. I mean, that would be a big offer, right?
Absolutely.
You know, that offer would probably work. You'd probably get a phone call back. But you have to have a legitimate big offer. That's the biggest offer that I could think of in the moment that would, that would work. But it gives you an opportunity to make another big offer. For instance, let's say Joey spends a lot of time, all of my sales team. So listen up, sales team, 5-star right here. I'm talking to my sales managers. And Caleb, let me know if you agree with this. Guys, you need to increase your sales. Here's what you need to do. You need to text more customers. You need to post 10 times today something special about the product that we have. You need to be calling general managers today all day. You need to be calling general managers today all day. You need to get them on the phone. You need to make a big, compelling, irresistible offer. Mr. Dealer, if you do business with us, you're going to dominate your market. This is the easiest way to add 50 cars to your sold board. Okay? You need to be telling them that on the telephone. If they don't answer, you need to be texting them that big offer. If they send you the voicemail, you need to be leaving that message on. Mr. Dealer, I know you're very busy. Let's face it, you're always going to be busy. But can't you use an additional 50 cars? That's in addition, Mr. Dealer. That's in addition to the 200 you're already going to sell. I'm going to hang an additional 50 sold names on the sold board. It's only going to take me 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes to give you that information. You don't want me to go across the street to the other guy. You want to dominate your market. I probably wouldn't say that, but you get my point. Now, but sales managers, that's what you need to be saying. I'm talking to my sales manager. That's what you need to be saying to these dealers because it's the truth. We got a lot of comments. Let's see what they're saying.
No, we got at least 4 new ones. Caleb says, Grant used to say, 1 week they hate me, next week they love me. Both weeks I get paid.
That's correct. That is correct. You may not have made any money with the art of text message selling, but I sure have.
Joey says, I think that haters help us the most because they have a bigger audience. They definitely do on social media. People love to listen to someone talk about people, but they've heard your name and it gets their attention.
So one of my friends, he watches the show and he never comments. Okay. It's almost as if he's not even my friend, but he is my friend. He just doesn't do much social media. He's not the kind of person who's going to post hardly anything. Definitely not going to comment anything. Most assuredly is not going to let anyone see him praising me. Hey man, give me a like every now and then, like and share. Oh, I'm about to go in there and do it right now. No, you're not. You're not going to do that. Just you're lying to you and me. But he is open with me about the criticism that other people give him about me. And it's just like Joey and like Caleb said there, keep talking about me, buddy. I'll sit down and talk with you about success any day. And I'm certain that the people that I model myself after are much more successful than the people throwing the shade. Isn't that what do you call it?
Shade. That's it.
Throwing the shade. What else we got?
Caleb says, I shouldn't have the same amount of sales as the rest of the entire sales team this week or last. He's flexing.
I shouldn't have the same amount of sales as the rest of the entire sales team. It took me a minute to
process.
Hey. It took me a minute to process what he was saying. He's being literal. So sales managers, what Caleb's saying is he's outselling all of y'all put together. I don't think Joey agrees with that. Go to the next one.
CMFW. I'm not sure what that one is. Can't have 50% of the events. LOL.
You don't know what CMFW is?
I do not, unfortunately.
All right. So 2 of them are Caleb Wilson.
Oh.
Caleb M.F. Wilson can't have 50% of the entire.
Okay.
Now listen, he didn't give himself that name because you could.
Mhm.
That would be a little too much if you gave yourself
course.
that name. But I think Sarah Stalker or someone gave him that name. So it's cool. It's cool when somebody else gives you that name.
I respect it.
Yeah, you got to respect that.
That's what we got for now, man.
Okay,
I
cool.
think that's most people.
That's perfect. Okay, that's awesome. Here's the thing: you have to leave a voicemail. Why? Why do we leave the voicemail?
We need another opportunity to make a big offer.
That's correct. Now, this is number 7. So let me recap for you because this is good stuff. Make a big offer. Be fast. Have a great attitude. Use positive language. Use happy emojis. Send a photo. Send a video. Stop texting if it's not working and start calling. Start calling anyway. Don't just, the purpose of a text message is to get a phone call. The purpose of the phone call is to lock down the appointment. Okay. Leave a voicemail if they don't answer. This is a step all by itself. Keep sending information. So when should you stop sending information to someone?
When you've sold them?
Nope.
Never.
I'm going to keep on sending them. That's what DigiNinja also helps us do. It sets up future messages.
Right.
You need to keep giving information.
Ask them how their car is doing.
Yeah. And just keep the communications open. You got to keep sending information. And most especially if they go silent on you, you got to keep sending information. Are we on like 50 minutes already?
We are 51:45. Okay.
So, this is a step by itself. Sell the appointment and lock it down. So this is very advanced right here. Okay. You have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone. This is why it's so important to send videos so that you can practice these things. This is why it's so important to role play. This is why it's so important to train daily. You have
know
to
your process.
Yeah. You gotta know, you have to know what tools you have. You have to know your process. You got to know your closes. This is a close right here. Smith, I got you down for 2:15 tomorrow afternoon. Now, here's the way most people do it. Okay, Smith, I got you down at 2:15 tomorrow afternoon. See you then.
See you then.
Okay. Smith, I got you down at 2:15 tomorrow afternoon. Is there any reason at all why you would not be able to make it tomorrow at 2:15?
Well, I just checked my schedule. No, I think I'm clear.
So no. Is there any reason, man? This is a really big deal. Is there a chance you may not be able to make it at 2:15? Because if they tell you anything other than absolutely I'm going to be there, they're not coming.
It might be, well, if something falls through, I might have to go pick up my kids, anything like that.
If you can't get a hard yes, start over. Go back to number 1. You got to flush the objection. Smith, man, I just got to be blunt with you. This is a really big deal. And I've obviously done something wrong because I'm not hearing a yes. What I'm hearing from you is you're not coming. And you got to tell them that. You have to be willing to have difficult conversations with customers. If you're not willing, and I don't mean combative, because this is written on the wall around here somewhere. Never, ever, 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 never, ever be confrontational with a customer. You lose every time, because don't get this confused with the first rule of text message selling, but the fundamentals of sales. Grant's first rule of sales is what? Always, always, always agree with the customer. They may not be right, but you always agree with the customer. So that's just like ingrained. I don't want you to mistake what I'm saying right here about flushing the objection with being combative. I'm not being combative when I say, Smith, I must have done something wrong, ma'am, because what I'm hearing right now is a no. Tell me what I did wrong. Why are you not coming tomorrow? That's not being combative. That's me finding out what's really going on. Why is he telling me no? It's either the product, we've given him some financial information and he's unsure about that. It's the money, it's the numbers, it's his credit, or it's me. He don't like something. So you got to figure out what it really is. If he doesn't say, yes, I'll be there tomorrow, then you don't have a real appointment. So you have to sell that appointment and lock it down and make sure you have a real appointment. That's why I love, one of my jobs here is to take TOs from the sales managers. When they run into a problem or they can't close the deal, they'll set up a call, or if I'm around, they'll just hand me the phone. And, if we're in the same place, generally we set up a go-to meeting or a Skype or a Zoom call, something like that. And they love me talking to their customers because I'm effective. I know what I'm talking about, and I'm not scared to have those difficult conversations. I mean, you got to know where you're at. You got to know where you're at to get what you want. So, I mean, Mr. Customer, tell me, man, what are you hearing here? Why are you saying no? I mean, obviously you don't believe the words that I'm telling you, man. If you're saying no to this, then what part of what I'm saying is not making sense? Because it's going to make sense if you hear what I'm telling you, that I'm going to add 50 cars to your sold board, then of course you would say yes. But I'm not scared to say, hey, man, tell me what's really going on here.
You might also ask them, what is it you're not hearing that you might be looking for?
Yeah, it could be, but now if you've got a good pitch, and if my sales managers see, because process is the most important. I just gave you my process. My sales managers need to be on the phone with general managers all day, making big offers, making big claims. So, what else could you want to hear other than I'm going to sell you a lot of cars? You're going to hear the big offer. I'm going to skip the one I really, really love right here. Love the one you're with. So it's very easy to copy and paste. It's very easy to get caught up in being fast. And for instance, when we're using DigiNinja, every few seconds we have a new lead coming in. And some people don't like to call them leads. Listen to me. They're leads. They're not customers yet. They're leads. What do y'all do? We turn leads into appointments that show up. That's what we do. We take a lead. First of all, we generate the lead. We generate your lead. We engage that lead. We convert that lead into an appointment that shows up. Okay, so that's what we do. But it's very easy to get caught up in being fast, jumping to the next lead, answering it, so that it doesn't disappear, but so that it'll drop down in the queue. Because most important is that lead that we haven't talked to yet. We got to be fast. Boom, talk to that one. Okay, now we go talk to the next one. Now we got to talk to the next one. Hold on, slow down. You skipped a step. Love the one you're with. So even if Sarah was my lead and she sent me a paragraph, 2 pages long,
It happens.
It happens.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of Sarahs out there. There's only one Sarah Stalker though.
Right.
So even if Sarah sends me a paragraph, I gotta take my time. I've got to read it. I can't assume. I have to read. I have to love the one I'm with. I have to stay in there. I have to listen, and I have to answer every single question they ask. Now, Joey used to help me run the call center. Now he's back out there on the road. He's more of a freelance guy. He's out there gunslinging and he loves the thrill of the hunt. He wasn't thrilled with helping me train DigiNinjas. So he's back out there hunting down the big bear again. But when he was in the call center with me, he would lose his mind because sometimes ninjas would not address the concern of the customer, of the lead. Okay. So you have to love the one you're with. You have to get in there and read what they're telling you and solve their problem before you jump on to the next one.
Usually, if you get a message that's that long, it's probably because they have some concerns, in my experience.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you get a long message, you gotta take the time and read it. You have to address the problem. You know, we should write. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna write a whole new book that's our manual, our playbook for the entire call center, because that would help BDCs around the country. We have certain rules, and you know, you have to solve problems. Henceforth, no, you're not. So you have to find the issue. We're problem solvers. That's our number one. Billy Merritt, problem solver. Smith, problem solver. Sarah Stalker, problem solver. So you have to find the problem to be a problem solver. You can't ignore it. So, I guess Sarah, was that the last comment? Or we're almost out of time, so we'll.
That was the only other
Felipe.
one
So Felipe,
yep.
he answered. Felipe, he knows the rules. Okay. So, I just want to point out a couple things. This will really help you guys. This will really help you make big offers, be fast, have a great attitude, send photos. And there's a chapter on each one of these that really breaks it down into detail. I thought I would have time to do some of that today, but I didn't. Love the one you're with. Use positive language. Beg. Some people are too professional to beg. I'm going to beg and get the money. Some people are too proper to beg. I'm going to say, ma'am, will you please do this? Will you please? I'm Mr. Dealer. Will you please buy this event? Haven't done that in a long time, but I would do it if I had to.
Of course.
And this is the one I use the most that seems odd, but it works every single time. Apologize. A lot of times your conversations will go cold. And I can show you, I can get in your CRM. By the way, I'm going to Tennessee to do some live sales meetings with several teams up there. They requested a bunch of books, and I said, you know what? I'll come up there. So they offered to, for me to come up, and I got to figure out what the fee is. I'm not sure, but we're gonna have some super. No, it's free. If you want a free sales meeting with me and some specialized knowledge, I'll be happy to come to your dealership. I wish I had rewind where I could see where I was at before I lost my own train of thought right there.
Yeah, it happens, man. We get a little all over the place.
Apologize. I can come to your BDC. I can get in your call center. You let me in your CRM. I love all these what are they called? The letters.
I'm lost, man. I apologize.
The BDC, CRM, they're all
acronyms.
Acronyms. Yeah. I love all these acronyms. Okay. So I can come in whichever acronym you want me to come into. I can use these. I can set appointments. Anywhere in the country, I can set appointments. You can give me, this is what I love doing. You give me the ones that haven't even responded, that have gone cold. Give me the ones that are in the inactive or dead. They just quit on you. As long as they didn't opt out, so I can still text them. I will get them to respond.
Mm-hmm.
I do it by apologizing.
Right.
I do it all the time. And I can, in another video, I'll break it down exactly how I apologize. It's actually in the book. If you want a copy of The Art of Text Message Selling, inbox me. I think shipping is like $5. You send me $5, I'll send you a book if you inbox me in the first 77 people to inbox me your address, you get a free book today. Fair enough?
Fair.
Okay, here's the deal. I'm going to recap I want to say thank you for everybody who took the time to watch this, people who commented. Thank you so much to the people who liked it. If you liked this video, or you shared this video, or you commented on this video, and you'd like a copy of The Art of Text Message Selling, it'll change your life. Today's a money show. You can make a lot of money with The Art of Text Message Selling. The reason I know that is because I've done it, and I've seen so many other people do it. It's a real thing. The Art of Text Message Selling will make you a lot of money. It really will. If you want more information, just reach out to me. If you want some super specialized knowledge on the Digi Ninja Dealer School, you tune in Thursday for Caleb Wilson. He'll be doing most of the talking. I'll be challenging anything that I disagree with, and we're going to see if we can get into let's try to find a disagreement. People might like to see a fight on there.
They might.
We'll see how it goes. Hey, thank you so much. Grant's show's on right now. Hop over there and watch Grant's show, and I'll be back tomorrow with a guest. Ray Mucci?
Ray Mucci.
Ray Mucci. Super Sales Ray Mucci. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.